Hi there, it's August the 25th, and we continue our journey through the book of Job, and we're looking today at chapters 16 through to 19. Eliphaz the Temanite has just given another, a stronger declaration that actually Job has brought his troubles on himself. Job actually responds very strongly and calls his friends miserable comforters, those who bring him no comfort at all. It seems that what Job is really seeking is empathy, and he's not receiving any kind of empathy, even though he's pouring out his heart. All he's receiving from his friends is judgment, is condemnation. They're coming back and saying, well, you must have done something wrong, admit it. And then he even says that God has sent these people to him. They're like archers standing around and drawing their bows, that God is using them to get to him. And then he goes on in chapter 17 to talk about he can't find a wise one among them. Here, right through these couple of chapters, we see Job just longing for connection, longing for someone to understand what is going on. And it commends to us the idea that when we are with people who are going through tough times, that we need to be listening, we need to be seeking to connect with them, to understand what their situation is. And Job is not experiencing that from his friends. In fact, in chapter 18, Bildad the Shuhite, having his second argument, the Eliphaz has already had his second go. Now Bildad has a second go, having spoken earlier in the book, and he basically complains that Job is attacking them. Why are you attacking us? This isn't things we put in place. We're just saying what we see as the facts, that the evil, the wicked, will be paid back. And he goes on again through this story that tells of how God will repay the wicked. The wicked cannot prosper. The evil cannot succeed, even though sometimes they seem to. And so it's this 1 and 1 equals 3 again that they are putting on Job, that if this has happened to you, it must be because God has it in for you. But then in chapter 19, Job, he kind of sums up his plight, and he says it's like I'm being held by God. I'm being broken by your words. Your words are breaking me up, and it's almost as though he's being put in a prison. He's being held prisoner by these things that are going on. And he says that God is walking over him. God is riding roughshod over him. He's saying everyone stays away from me. Even children won't come near me. My appearance is so terrible. And then towards the end of the chapter, he has this terrible cry: "Pity me, pity me! Have mercy on me! Be gracious to me!" To his friends, he's looking for some kind of, as I say, some kind of connection. But then right at the end of the chapter, in verse 25, comes an amazing statement where Job says, Ani yadati goali chai, I know that my Redeemer lives. And that he says, and that he will stand at the last day, he will rise from the dust, over the dust. And this, what Job is saying is he knows there's someone there who cares about him. The Goel he speaks of in the Hebrew, I know my Redeemer lives. The Redeemer is the kinsman, is the one who will vindicate the person who is oppressed, the one who will come and release from prison. It's the same word as the word for kinsman redeemer in the book of Ruth, when Boaz comes and frees Ruth from her terrible plight. And Job is saying here, I know there is someone there who will set me free. I know there is someone who will speak up for me, even when my friends are not speaking up for me. And actually, that in the end of things, in the last analysis, I will rise from this. That there will be vindication. So even in the midst of this terrible plight that Job is in, there is hope that he will see God in his flesh. He will see God. This is, of course, scripture which is speaks to us as followers of Jesus, of the amazing fact that Jesus has redeemed us. He is our Redeemer. He has literally risen from the dust. He has risen from the grave. And therefore we know that he has released us. He has set us free from the power of all the terrible things, of the evil, of the wickedness that comes against us. And we can be eternally grateful to him for that. We know that our Redeemer lives. And in the final analysis, he will raise us from the dust, as he has himself. Have a very good August the 25th.